Title: The Prophet of Darkness. My name is Tunde, and I was once part of a church that I thought was a place of healing and miracles. But looking back now, I realize it was nothing more than a den of darkness. This is the story of how I found out the truth and how we, by the grace of God, were delivered from the evil that had taken hold of us. It all started when I was just a young boy, barely 16. My family was not rich, but we had enough to get by. I was raised in the small village of Owo in southwestern Nigeria, in the heart of Yoruba land. Life wasn't easy, but we made do. Then one day a prophet came to town, Prophet Olorunfemi. His arrival seemed like a blessing from heaven. He was tall, with a deep, commanding voice, and a presence that made everyone stop and listen. Prophet Olorunfemi spoke of miracles, healing the sick, bringing back the dead, and even making the crippled walk. I remember hearing his sermons echoing through the streets. People lined up outside his church for miles, desperate for a miracle. My mother, a deeply religious woman, was convinced that he was a true servant of God. She took me to his church one Sunday, thinking that perhaps I could be healed. You see, I had been struggling with a mysterious illness for years, something that the doctors couldn't figure out. When I entered the church, it was unlike any place I had ever seen. It wasn't a normal building. The air was thick with incense and the scent of burning candles. The altar was adorned with strange symbols, and there were statues of different gods and goddesses all around. I couldn't help but feel uneasy, but my mother was so hopeful. Prophet Olorunfemi stood at the front, a tall man with a deep voice that could make the ground tremble. "You shall be healed," he declared. "You shall be delivered from your sickness, for the power of the spirits is with me. I am the one who has been chosen to perform the will of the gods." At that moment, something strange happened. I felt my body trembling. My heart raced, and before I knew it, I was on the floor. I was surrounded by people chanting and clapping their hands. The prophet waved his hands over me, and I felt a surge of energy. Unnatural, like something foreign was entering my body. It felt like a deep darkness had washed over me. I didn't know it then, but that was just the beginning. Over time, I started seeing things, strange visions and hearing whispers in the dead of night. The prophet had more power than I could ever imagine, and it wasn't just in healing. People started coming from far and wide to seek him out, bringing with them strange offerings, livestock, money, even jewelry. The church grew rapidly, and so did his influence. But it wasn't until one evening, when I was walking through the back of the church after a service, that I began to truly understand what kind of man Prophet Olorunfemi was. I had noticed a door at the back of the church